Happy New Year, Water Street Church. Xiudong here. Today I want to share with you a story I wrote. It is fictional, but deeply rooted in real life. I hope you will find it helpful. Here's the story. Two men were having coffee at Tim Hortons. Their names are Peter and Sam. Sam was talking to Peter about his dad. Sam's dad used to be the president and CEO of a large corporation. One of the traditions in Sam's home country during New Year's celebration is for people to go and visit their friends and relatives. When Sam's dad was in office, it was not uncommon to see a line formed outside his dad's house by people who came to see him. But things began to change after his dad retired. First year after his retirement, there were about a dozen people came. The second year, a few. The third year, there were hardly any. Sam's dad called to some he considered friends and see if he could go and see them. The conversation turned out to be very short, and there seems to be some kind of impatience at the other end of the line. Sam's dad was really sad. The moment he needed the company the most, there seems to be nowhere to be found. Are all relationships transactional? Sam asked. Peter smiled and said, I know where you're coming from, Sam. I personally have not experienced what your dad went through, but I do see some people being friends for years and then stop talking to each other. So there's no such thing as unconditional love. Well, it depends on where you look, Peter said. What do you mean by where you look? Peter said, if you're trying to look for an orange in an apple tree, most likely you will not be able to find it. But did you find unconditional love yourself? Sam asked. Then there was a pause, and Peter seemed to be in deep thought. Then he said, yes, Sam, I found it on the cross in the person of Jesus. I'm not sure if you have heard about him. He spent 3 years sharing with people the message of God's salvation and performed all kinds of miracles. He healed all kinds of diseases. He calmed down the storm. He even raised people from the dead. But when he was wrongfully charged, mocked, ridiculed, and sent for crucifixion, people left him, including his closest disciples. What struck me to the core was what he said shortly before he died on the cross. Father, forgive them. That was just unreal and unheard of to me. But as I went through life's disappointments and hurts, I found myself being brought back again and again to the foot of the cross. When I surveyed the cross, I began to see the amazing love that is truly unconditional. He came to die for those who caused him pain and suffering. At that very moment, Sam saw tears coming down Peter's cheeks, and he said, Sam, if this is not worth believing, what else are we left with? And what our disbelief says about how we look at the world. With that, they finished their conversation, said goodbye, and left the coffee shop. On his way back home, Sam was pondering on what Peter just said. Is Peter losing his mind? Or he does see something that I don't? When Sam was walking through the neighborhood, he heard a song playing. Amazing love, how can it be that you, my God, should die for me? In that very moment, Sam felt a tug in his heart, and all his bitterness was beginning to turn into an overwhelming peace he never knew before. Then he said to himself, maybe I should give my dad a call. Thank you.